Hello guys and dolls, how are you? I hope you're well. Okay, so someone reminded me of this and yeah, it's crucial. So, I hope you're doing well. I hope you are traveling safely. No test. Let's try that again. Woo! No texting and driving. There is absolutely no need. It takes a split second for something tragic to happen, especially when the weather is warm and people are traveling and they're not paying attention and they're excited because they're focused on where they're going. And next thing you know, there's a fatal car accident. I told you guys a long time ago, my nurse practitioner and her husband were killed in a situation that was totally preventable. Okay? The person in the opposite, there was 2 lanes on a country road, and the person who was in his 20s somehow ended up in their lane, and they couldn't react fast enough, so they had a head-on collision, and all of them died. All of this, it was a beautiful day. There was no inclement weather or anything like that. All of this kind of crap is preventable when the weather gets warm. This happens more often, and it's a lot of times preventable. So let's do what we can to prevent it, shall we? Please don't drink and drive. Do not text and drive. Do not answer your phone if you're in heavy traffic. Whoever it is can freaking wait. If they're the type of person that your friendship is on the line because you didn't answer the phone immediately, reevaluate whether you want to be friends with this person, because they sound like a spoiled, inconsiderate brat, if not worse. So there you have it. All right, so one thing that's a red flag with narcissists, and I've been through this. Y'all know I've been through this. If they don't, it could go one of 2 ways. Either they introduce you to their family and friends and act like you're lovey-dovey and the best thing in the world, and the family gets all excited, but they still end up dumping you later. Or they will not introduce you to anyone. All right? I went through that with hippie / scarecrow, and we went to the nerdy convention at the freaking mall, and he didn't introduce me to anybody. So that's a red flag. Now, if they introduce you to everyone, you're not going to know if you're going to get dumped later. So that's mixed signals, right? But if they don't introduce you, there's your sign. There's a reason why they're not introducing you. They know that they have the intellectual capacity of a 2-year-old, so they get distracted easily. They think you're the best thing in the world until a month or 2 or 3, and then they're just getting tired of you, and they're looking for new supply, or the whole time they've been doing someone behind your back. So, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's like awkward as hell, because they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? So-and-so, good to see you. Handshake, yeah. And you're standing there like, okay, well, what am I, chopped liver? So keep an eye on that really closely. Oh, God. I could write a book, okay? I could literally write a book. There was one situation, and be careful who you go on long-distance trips with. Be careful who you go on long-distance trips with, because if that person, if y'all are riding in that person's car and they decide they want to ruin the whole weekend, where are you going to go? If you're in another state, it's not like you're going to say, I'm taking an Uber to the next state over. You're not going to do that. So be really, really, really careful, because you could be stuck in a very, very memorable getaway, but for all the wrong reasons. For all the wrong reasons. I remember going out with the person I was engaged to, one of the people I was engaged to. I got rid of all of them because I'm not marrying you when this is how you behave. So take your ring and shove it somewhere. Anyway, we were sitting at his friend's house, so-called friend, and they were sitting on, here I am with a diamond on my finger, and he's buddied up with her on a couch over here. I'm over here, and the two of them might as well have been getting it on. That's how close they were, and that's how close and intimate their conversation was. And it's awkward as hell. Wow. He pulled that stunt also when I was, let's see, what, I'm trying to think. Oh, we were in the restaurant. I talked about this before. And he was all in the waitress's face, like surgeons could not get this grin off his face. And again, I'm sitting here with a diamond on my finger, and which I'll never buy another I'll never be engaged with a diamond again if I ever even bother to get to that point, because men are just, the pickings are slim, all right? Anyway, surgeons couldn't remove the smile from his face. I mean, he was just a cheesing in her face from ear to ear. And finally, I said, let her do her job. And he wiped the smile off his face, and she looked really uncomfortable, and she walked away. I had just had enough. I didn't mean to make her feel awkward. She didn't do anything wrong. But you're supposedly with this person, quotation marks, with this person, and yet you cheesing up in somebody's face right in front of me. Wow. But he's a typical narcissist. He had plenty of lovers, you know, behind my back. One girlfriend, he claims that, well, I told her I'd always be in her corner because she terminated the pregnancy. You know, he had gotten her knocked up, supposedly. And I told her I'd always be by her side. That translates to, I'm still involved with her, even though I'm supposedly engaged to you. So pay attention to all the red flags. You know, you get like a red pebble, and then a rock, and then a boulder, and then a huge red flag that becomes a huge red truck that looks like a fire truck. I mean, the signs are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you have to really take note of that, because, I mean, it doesn't go in good places from here. You get a lot of warnings, and if you make excuses for those, then it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse, you know. And I'm sitting in front of the fan, making my eyes water. Pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to how your body feels when you're with this person. When I was with the last individual that got fired, I could not feel connected to him at all. There was no chemistry, there was no spark, there was no nothing. And I couldn't figure out why. It was like my body put up every barricade possible. You couldn't pay me to feel something for him. And I couldn't figure out why. It was like you're trying to move forward with your emotions, and your body hits a brick wall. And you're kind of stuck there. You can't get past that wall because your body's not letting you get past that wall. You have no chemistry with this person for a reason. Pay attention to those reasons. There is a specific reason why your body is going, we're not playing that game. No, sir, and no, ma'am, and we're not doing that. So, yeah, please, 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 for the love of God and everything, only pay attention to the red flags. If you're seeing someone who's overly flirtatious with the waitress or the flight attendant or anybody other than you, there's your sign. Of course, like I said, he was having it out, you know, having sex with everybody behind my back. And one of the girls, she sleeps with everybody. And I'm like, of all the people that you choose to sleep with, you choose to sleep with her? Really? I wasn't involved with anybody. I don't know why people are saying that. Okay. Now, here's where he's dumb. It's almost funny because it's so stupid and asinine. He had a Toyota Camry that was a hunter green, and it had a metallic paint job. He's the only person in a town about that big. The town was called Knobnoster. It's in Missouri. Knob. Separate word. Noster. Knobnoster. It is right outside of Whiteman Air Force Base. Okay? You in a town about that big, and nobody has that color car with a metallic paint job. And you think that don't stand out like a neon sign when you're bouncing from woman to woman to woman to woman? You think people don't see your car outside of other women's houses? Come on, dummy. Get it together. Okay? That's like wearing a Big Bird outfit and having affairs. And I don't know why people keep saying Big Bird was everywhere. They must be delusional. No, you stand out like a neon sign. You're wearing a Big Bird costume, a bright yellow. I mean, sometimes it's just as obvious as the day is long. It's obvious. And you're going to still deny. And then what they'll do is, I'm kind of on a roll here. Then what they'll do is, oh my God, you're spying on me. You're so distrustful. Relationships are built on trust. And if you don't trust me, then obviously we don't have a connection. And you're spying on my phone. And you're invading my privacy. And you're just a horrible person. And blah, 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 blah. And on. Because they're trying to deflect. Let me have you defend yourself over and over and over and over and over again. Because I don't want you focused on the fact that I was bouncing up and down on somebody else. And another somebody else. And another somebody else. Wayne, who I got rid of. His sister is naive and sheltered. And she can have something obvious right in front of her face. And she'll be like, well, yeah, it appears to be that. But what? But what? I mean, it just looks that way, but okay, all right. Well, her husband's been cheating on her the whole time that they've been married. And she finally got a wake-up call when she got an STD from him. Now do you understand that he's cheating? Now do you get a wake-up call? You didn't get that walking in Walmart or using a public restroom, okay? You got that because your husband can't keep his pants up and his zipper doesn't like to stay up in the up position either. Get a clue. So she got mad at him and cussed him out and went off on him and She's still with him and she knows he's not faithful. Yeah. Just wow. Just totally wow. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. My ex, the malignant narcissist, not the one from the summer 2021. Okay, thank God I got rid of that bastard. I'm talking about the one I was married to for 20 plus years. He was a malignant narcissist. And his father cheated on his mother. Now, y'all know I'm going to go there, right? Y'all got 10 children. At one point, they had 10 children. If I had 10 kids with my wife, I'd be too damn exhausted to stick it in somebody else. That's just me. I'd be too damn tired. You got 10 kids at home. You've been bouncing up and down on your wife as soon as she gives birth, she's pregnant again practically. Y'all be bumping and grinding, having all these children, and you still found the time and the energy to cheat. So let me tell you what his mother did. The wife. Let me tell you what she did. Y'all ready? What she did was she said, okay, all right, this is what's going to go down. This is how it's going to go down. We're not separating. We're not getting a divorce. But you're going to stay in the upstairs bedroom. I will have the second floor bedroom to myself because that part of our marriage is over. I will still feed you. I will still give you your medication. I will look out for you. But so far as the intimate part of our relationship, we're done. We're done with that. So that's what she did. Never touched him again. He never touched her again. I don't know if he kept his little side pieces or not. I don't know. He was part of the Masons in Pennsylvania. And all the Masons in that particular chapter, all of them are married and they all have girlfriends. So he figured, well, if you can't leave them, might as well join them, I guess, So he had plenty of girlfriends, and his wife, this is his arrangement. You're going to be staying upstairs, and if you could do that, if you could look at this person's face every day, it's kind of smart financially, because you trying to raise all these kids, and then y'all break up, and then he decide he don't feel like, paying child support. You're kind of hosed. That's a lot of kids. But if you keep him and you don't really care what he does with other people, I don't think I would still be cooking for him and giving him his medication. I mean, if I happen to make enough food for you too, then that's fine. But I don't know if I'd go out of my way. You might have to learn how to cook or eat out all the time or something, because have your girlfriend fix your food. That's just me. Okay? You thought she was so amazing, go over there and eat with her. Which at that point I wouldn't care, because like I said, that part of the marriage would be over anyway. They were more like roommates after that. So, it's kind of like one of those deals where if you can't be faithful, you can't commit, don't commit. That's just, common sense to me. If you can't commit, don't commit. Narcissists will commit to you until I call it the new car smell, wears off. Because you're a new person, so you got the new car smell. Once that wears off, they detach from you. They start looking for flaws. Things in the beginning that were sexy and hot and cute. I can't stand when you do that. You bug the hell out of me when you do that. Because they have a long list of flaws. Longer than the Mississippi River, honey. Okay? All these reasons why you get on my nerves, and all these reasons why this won't work. Meanwhile, they're trying to pull away from you because they prefer either new meat or they want to keep playing with their toys, their side pieces. Or you might have been the side piece. Even if you were the wife, which I've said that before, you might be the side piece even though you're married to this person, because there's other people that they were with before they were with you, and they just happened to marry you. They get a lot of attention for being married. People automatically commend you for being married. Oh, you're married. That's so cool. How long you guys been together? That's awesome. You have any kids? And it's almost like you've been elevated in the society. I don't know what you would call it. You've been promoted from just an ordinary person to a married person. And it's like, wow, you're married? Wow, that's so nice. That's cool. Everybody thinks that's awesome. Well, that feeds their ego. And they get a porn star. I've talked about this before. They get a porn star. They get a baby dispenser, because that's what they consider you, a baby dispenser. Cheerleader, nurse, therapist, cook, maid, babysitter, because, you taking care of your kids, because that person doesn't consider them their kids. That's your deal. That's what you wanted. You deal with it. Especially once those kids, they love the kids, quotation, fake love the kids, until the kids have the ability to think for themselves and say no, then the narc is going to get really mad. They're not getting their ego fed. Because when someone's baby and they're little and they're young, they rely on you and they think the world of you until they don't. And they start developing their own personality. And then it's a problem. Okay? So, please. So anyway, like I said, if you can't commit, don't commit. It's not really rocket science. It really totally is not. But if you're dealing with the narc, them cheating has nothing to do with you. Them cheating has absolutely zero to do with you. It has nothing to do with how you do your makeup, the color of your hair. You got your boobs enhanced, or Brazilian butt lift, or whatever it is that you got done. You get your eyebrows done, you get permanent makeup put on, you get all these enhancements. It makes no difference. They've already conquered you. They've already been having sex with you for how many years? They're bored. Hell, they were bored probably 2 weeks in. 2 weeks into the relationship, they're like, because they're children, they're adult toddlers. So you lose your appeal, not because you're not a beautiful, attractive person. That goes for men too. Not because you're not an attractive person, but because they have a childlike attention span. So they get bored easily. That ain't got nothing to do with you. And don't you dare take that personally. Don't you dare take that personally. It has zippo to do with you. You are still beautiful. You still have a great smile. You still have a great personality. Your friends adore you, right? Your family loves you, right? It got nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. You're involved with a toddler who has a tiny attention span. That's nothing to do with you. Okay? Celebrities get cheated on all the time. And they're attractive. The wives are attractive. Look at, what's his name? Tiger, whatever the hell his last name is. The golfer guy. His wife was cute. It made no difference. He felt the need to be with other people. So it doesn't have anything to do with you. So please don't take that personally. It got nothing to do with you. It has to do with their childish attention span or lack thereof. Okay? All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you that was on my mind. I don't think so. Not that I could think of. And sometimes I think of it after the fact, which is really annoying. That's what happens when you get old. Anyway, you guys take care. Oh, I remember. You're not going to believe this crap. Okay, so I talked to a guy who works at a store. He had seen Milo. It comes to find out that two of his friends, check this out. Two of his friends have Milo's sister and brother. And if all goes well, fingers crossed, Milo will get to see his brother again tomorrow. I hope. I will keep you guys posted. I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic, okay? I saw a picture of him. His name is Murphy. He's adorable. He's freaking cute as hell. He is, I guess he's a red merle, okay? And Milo is a blue merle. I'm going to try to use his picture as the thumbnail, I think, if it'll fit. He's cute as hell. He is demanding like Milo, because I talked to the young lady. She lives next to the park, and we go to the park all the time, that particular park all the time. So hopefully we'll get the two of them together. I'm so excited. He's very demanding like Milo. I don't know if he's angry like Milo, like he's got that alpha dog mentality, but he's very demanding when he wants something. And she said that he smacks her with both paws and barks at her like, let's go. Get it done. Let's go. And I texted her back and I said, ha, that must run in the family. I said, Milo does it all the time. She wanted Milo originally, and I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Milo is very angry. He is an alpha dog. He thinks that he is king of the universe, and when he doesn't get his way, the teeth come out. He's got a bad temper. So he has had to have training, and I know how to curb the aggression now, and he is slowly getting better. But yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that he would have been the boss of all of his siblings had they stayed together. And I don't know if I told you all this before or not. So hopefully they'll meet tomorrow. I hope. And I would love to meet the other person who has his sister. I don't know the sister's name, but I would love 3 of them to get together. God, that would be so awesome. So you know how, okay, so we had gotten them, all of us have gotten those puppies too early, okay? I didn't remember that you're not supposed to get a puppy until at least 8 weeks, but here is the deal, okay? Even though the trainer was horrible, let's just keep it real, there was some valuable information that I learned from him before he showed all of his ass. Anyway, one of the things he said was, you know how everybody goes, you got them at 6 weeks, you're supposed to get them at 8 weeks, you know, and they could just go ape shit over it, and they're so dramatic about it. Guess what's more important than that? Them staying with their siblings, they're supposed to stay with their siblings for, you ready? 49 days. 49 days. Because that is how they learn pecking order. That is how they learn socialization. What's proper, what's not proper. Hold on. Okay, try to make sure he's not doing something he's not doing anything he's not supposed to do. And I'll tell you something about that too. Anyway, 49 days. The siblings are supposed to be together for 49 days. That is a way bigger deal than they got away from their parents too early, got away from their mom too early. 49 days. They learned their first socialization from each other, and that is crucial. And of course he didn't get that, obviously. So I had to bust my butt trying to socialize him with people because he didn't get the natural socialization from his siblings first, and then socialization from people after. He didn't get that. So I think it would be emotionally healthy for him to see his brother. I do. So anyway, I'm excited. We'll see what happens. She's a nice girl. So I'm hoping to meet her tomorrow. And, what I was going to tell you is, for those of you, I haven't had a puppy since forever, okay? Probably when the dinosaurs roamed, that's when I had a puppy. So there's so much that I had to learn. And oh God, did I ever learn. But one thing that's like really weird, and those of you that are parents of human babies, not puppies, but human babies, it probably happened to you as well. Not that I'm comparing, but it's just this thing that happens. Your hearing is sharp as a tack. You know when something doesn't sound right. I am so tuned into him. It's like weird. It just happened. Like my ears got sharper. I could detect if he's chewing on something or doing something, or if I have bells on the door so that he can hit it when he needs to go potty. Sometimes he remembers to hit the bell. Sometimes he don't. So I have to occasionally remind him, hit the bell, and he knows what that means. That's how I potty trained him. But anyway, I can tell whether he's just laying by the door and he just happened to hit the bell when he was laying down, or he's actually hitting the bell, or I can't really explain it, but my ears are sharp, and I can usually either feel it in my body that he's doing something wrong, or I could hear, and my ears are like biotic, like, yeah, he's chewing on something he ain't got no business chewing on, because his toys don't sound like that. Get your behind in here. So it's just one of those weird things that happen when I got a puppy. My ears are just super tuned in. So anyway, you guys take care. I hope you have a great weekend, and stay safe. Stay safe. Don't make me come after you and put you in timeout. You understand me? Y'all take care. All right, bye.